Markets are shaking, central banks are preparing rate cuts, and global investors are moving into safe assets. But here's the surprising part. Bitcoin is now acting more like a hedge, even in a risk-off world. So why is this happening? And what does it mean for the future of Bitcoin? Let's break it down simply. Right now, the global macro environment looks uncertain. Investors are moving into risk-off mode. Major economies expect interest rate cuts. Stock markets are volatile. Safe haven assets like gold and silver are rising. Normally, Bitcoin would also fall during risk-off periods. But 2025 is different. Bitcoin is starting to behave like a defensive asset. Why? Because its supply is fixed, and trust in traditional money is weakening. When central banks cut interest rates, two big things happen. Money gets cheaper. People look for assets that hold value long-term. Historically, investors turn to gold, commodities, real estate. But today, they're increasingly turning to Bitcoin. Why? Because Bitcoin is scarce, global, independent of central banks. Easy to buy and store rate cuts often push investors away from cash and toward hard assets. And Bitcoin fits that pattern more every year. A hedge means something that protects your savings from instability. Bitcoin is becoming a hedge because governments can't print more of it. Inflation can't dilute it. It isn't tied to any country. It works 24/7 worldwide. Even large institutions are starting to use Bitcoin as a macro hedge, similar to gold. It's not perfect, it's still volatile, but long-term, the trend is shifting. Bitcoin is no longer just a tech asset. It's becoming a global store of value. In earlier years, Bitcoin dropped heavily whenever investors became cautious. But in 2025, the behavior is changing. Why? Because more of Bitcoin's demand now comes from institutional investors, hedge funds, long-term holders, governments and pension funds, companies adding BTC to reserves. These players don't panic sell. They buy dips. They accumulate during uncertainty. This makes Bitcoin more stable over the long term, especially during global stress. If macro uncertainty continues into 2026 and beyond, we could see more institutions treating Bitcoin like digital gold, more countries adding Bitcoin to their reserves, more people using Bitcoin as long-term savings, a stronger connection between rate cuts and Bitcoin demand. Bitcoin may not replace traditional safe havens, but it's joining the list. And for many people, especially in unstable economies, Bitcoin isn't just an investment, it's financial protection. We're watching Bitcoin shift from a speculative asset to a global hedge during uncertain times. If you want to understand how Bitcoin fits into the new macro world, you're in the right place. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.